Hey y'all, it's Mojo, and I'm here with the 5 most important things I've learned about Zoom over the past 5 days because I made a complete fool of myself most days. And yes, I'm in my basement. Number 1 is I started off the first day and I made this awesome tiny URL that I put on Google Classroom, but the tiny URL gets blocked on Google Classroom. So here's what you do. Make a tiny URL with your Zoom link, send that out to parents, but in the actual Google Classroom, post the actual link. It will bypass the security system and kids can get right on. That's the easiest way. So that's number 1. Number 2, I realized this the hard way, is on the first day, all these kids were talking. I was like, mute yourself, mute yourself, mute yourself. But you still hear that one random like smoke detector in the background, you know what I mean, when the batteries are dying. And I realized, duh, you just click mute all over here and then don't allow kids to unmute themselves. And you just muted everybody. And that saved my life so much. Number 3, and I realized this yesterday, but in the chat feature, over here, sorry, you can actually choose who you want kids to chat with. So I have kids starting by talking to everybody publicly, and then I eventually just talking to me or talking to no one because the chat can get out of control. And honestly, it did yesterday and it sucked. And so I was like, you can just chat with me and nobody else. Related to the chat is that actually there's a way for kids to rename themselves. So on the first day, someone had renamed themselves me. And I was like, is this me from the future to warn myself about something to come up? But actually, it was just a kid joking around with me. And I have no idea how to remove that, even though over here, like it says, you can allow them to unname themselves or not. Even when I click it or unclick it, it doesn't work, but whatever. That just be aware. Number 4 for sharing screen, and this is super helpful, is that when you click share screen, over here, if you click share computer sound, that will actually let you play a video. Mr. E showed me this, and that video sound will actually project to all the kids, which is awesome. I'm not going to hit it for now because it'll mess up the recording I'm doing, but hitting that will actually play a video and actually kids hear everything. You can do whiteboard, which is pretty cool, specifically for math, but if I share my screen with you, 2 more awesome things I've realized are, 1, like I just said, if you say want to show a video, I have it here, and you want to actually play the video and you've enabled the sound, you can actually play and watch the video together and pause it and talk about it, which is kind of cool. And maybe you do that in class already, but you can actually show a video to everybody at the same time, which is great. And the last biggest, most important thing I realized is this. If you go to something you want to write on it, you don't have to, you can actually click here to where it says annotate. And if you choose this one, the drawing, but the pen that's a little bit thicker, you can actually like write on it. It's actually pretty good. It's better than the pen or the drawing that's a little thinner. Now, again, these are just 5 things that I've learned, but those 5 things honestly have been huge for me because without those 5 things, my life was kind of chaotic. So again, it's post the actual link in Google Classroom. You can mute everybody, and you should. You can control who kids chat with, and honestly, you can just chat with me or nobody. Remember, kid might rename themselves as you. That's kind of funny, but it's annoying. Stop renaming yourself as me. Don't want to see that. Don't want to control that. I'm sure someone does. You can obviously, like I just said, when you hit share screen, let me try that one more time. You can hear share computer sound, and kids can hear that, which is great. And remember, you can write all over the place. Last thing I should say, which I wasn't thinking about, but I should say it now, and this might be something small, but you want to probably have one participant can share at a time so a kid can't just randomly share their screen while you're talking, unless you want them to share, which maybe you want, maybe you will. Those are 5 things I've learned. I'm sure I'm going to learn more. I'm sure you're going to learn more. I'm sure you already know way more. But to me, Zoom is like the best way to connect with kids. So here are some things that you might find useful. Okay.